Hello, my name is Johnny Henry, and I'm glad to be coming to you live on YouTube to share with you some of the great things in life, experiences that I've had, and some which you might be familiar with yourself. I'm a writer, author, poet, inventor, leadership seminar specialist, and professional speaker. Now, I have 5 books which I've published. The Adventures of Astro Kid and Space Dog Leroy, which is a wonderful little sci-fi adventure book. It features a young African-American superhero, heroine, and other great superheroes along with them of all nationalities, and to turn of the new millennium. They're caught in an epic battle between the evil cabal and the Dragoon warriors, who's an evil space villain, to take over the universe, to steal the emerald crystal from Astro Mountain. And it's one of the most exciting adventure books, I think, that you can read or that you can listen to. It's on audible.com, amazon.com, and I think you enjoy reading it. A gentleman from England done the audio on that book for me. His name is Jeff. He's done a wonderful job. I have another book, Success to Inner Treasures of Life. It tells about how those spiritual inner treasures within you, that if you only reach in and grasp from those treasures, how you can become wealthy beyond your greatest imagination. And I do believe that we are already wealthy from the beginning. It's only wealth is and being successful is a state of mind. It's a state of mind. If you think that you are poor, you will perhaps end up being that way. But a friend of mine, a book, Power of the Subconscious Mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy. I call him a friend. I've never met him, but I think we think along the same lines. Power of the Subconscious Mind. He says the infinite intelligence that dwells within us creates our destiny. The infinite wisdom and intelligence of our Creator, Almighty God, that dwells within us, creates our destiny. And the power of the subconscious mind, the conscious mind is the objective mind. The things you talk about, you see every day, that you take into your conscious mind, normally seeps into your subconscious mind. And if given nurture, feeding those thoughts, that subjectively can take root and manifest itself. So this is what I do also. That's what Success in Inner Treasures is about. Those deep psychological, emotional, spiritual inner treasures that grows deep within us, and that's really who we are. The other book, Reflections of Life for the Heart and Soul. Wonderful poetry book, and have a lot of Christmas writings. Writings from for all seasons of love, fall, winter, spring, and summer, and all that. And it represents all nationalities. I'm a diverse person. I don't believe in separating people. We are all the same, cut from the same God's great quilt of immaculate diversity. All men and women are the same. We all inherit that universal spirit, have the same universal spirit. And if we can rise above the physical realm into the spiritual realm, we can get away from racism, sexism, homophobism, all those sickisms that cause us to suffer mental illnesses and so forth. So, this is what I do as a writer. I try to reach in and touch the heart and mind and souls of other people also. So in that book, I write about the love and romance, past loves. If a person, so you've never been in love before, for instance, I like to discuss and talk about love. So if you have anything that you'd like to discuss with me on love, be sure to call me. We can have great discussions on that. And some of us have found love, and some of us have never found love. And one thing about it, I know that it is true, it is real, and I think no one should ever give up on finding their true love. Because when you find your true love, that's when you begin to live. You know what I'm talking about? So let's talk a little bit about love, which we can all use a little bit more of in today's world. And it's a wonderful thing. And I've been seeking love all my life. I've never really quite gotten it, but I've been seeking it. So I think the search for love is a wonderful thing. It gives you the search for it is just exciting as receiving it. I think. So we'll talk about this sometime. Also, the young lady, my co-writer that wrote that book, she wrote about drama. She wrote about the dramatization that we experience in life, and she has an old soul. That young lady was really good, and she can explain to you more about that than I can, because that's where she comes from. But she's a very smart, brilliant young lady. My other book, Land of the Deep Dark Mists. It's a spinoff from The Adventures of Astro Kid and Space Dog Leroy, and it takes us into different dimensions, different worlds. It really lights your fires when you are traveling through the universe at breakneck speed. I mean, you're meeting all kind of creatures from beyond the black hole of the universe, leviathans from beneath the sea. And it's an exciting read, as well as The Adventures of Astro Kid and Space Dog Leroy. So you guys really truly enjoy that if you like going on a roller coaster ride into new dimensions. Now, Diversity versus Racism, my fifth book. Diversity versus Racism is the book that I think right now is what we really need to look at also, because diversity is accepting the unique differences in one another, and appreciating those differences, and really enjoying them, and let us know that we are all the same. We might be of different color, different size, different nationalities, speak differently, eat differently, food might be a little bit different, cultural, whatever, but deep down inside, we're basically all the same. We need the same. We need love. We need food. We need shelter. We need friendship. We need one another. And that's what diversity is about. If it wasn't for diversity, what would the world be? God created the universe on diversity. And as we talk now, different life forms are being formed and created throughout the universe that we'll perhaps never see. So we are ancient souls traveling on an eternal journey. Ancient souls traveling on an eternal journey of life. This is a continuation, and this is what I do with my books. And also, as a professional speaker, I try to enlighten people and inspire and motivate people as to the wonders of life, and how if you allow yourself to let yourself go, get into the zone, get into your gift. If you walk in your gift and live in your gift, you have no choice but to become successful. We're all gifted, talented individuals, and we're gifted with diversities of gifts. And it's a lot of fun when you just sit back and observe people and appreciate what all the people on the earth. I think if it was all the same, everything would be dull. It would be boring. Probably out of this world. We probably couldn't. It probably wouldn't be any life. Diversity is what creates life and helps life to grow and to develop, as it does us. And I would tell people that let's enjoy life. Life is your physical life is short, but your spiritual life is eternal life filled. Once we're born to that eternal realm, spiritual realm, and we're on our way into an eternal life. See, I believe that a lot of psychologists, philosophers in the old day, a lot of them did great thinking, I think, and they were all perhaps caught upon the meaning of life. I don't know whether we can ever really say what the meaning of life actually is, but we can live it and appreciate it. What is the truth? The essence of reality. What is that? I think life is to make you think, to give you a wonderful version of reality of who you are, as well as connected to your other family brothers and sisters on planet Earth. There's a couple of statements I want to make to you. Well, a friend of mine told me that life is it's a wonder to behold. It's something that you can never ever really you should never really just take it for granted, but appreciate every moment of it. And one friend said, a man's life is a story, and he lives his life through his story. When I say man, I mean female too. A person's life is a story. They live their life through their story. So from the time you're born until the time you exit out of here, you're creating your story of your life, and you're living it, and you're sharing it with others. And like a movie I saw recently, a Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life, by James Stewart and some other great actors. James Stewart wished that he had never been born. He was going through such a hard time at the time. And Clarence the angel hadn't had his wings yet, hadn't gathered his wings, so he was sent down to help James Stewart to get his life straight. But what I'm getting at right now is our lives touch so many lives. But Mr. Stewart found out that if he had never been born, a lot of those people that he saved, that he helped along the way, that he became a part of their lives, they never would have existed because he didn't exist. Or they never would have received the help or been saved because of him. So we touch many, many lives in this life. So let's reach out and touch and make America right. Like the fallen eagle that fell from grace. I was that fallen eagle once. I'm going to tell you that, and perhaps some of you might have been also. But that was an eagle that was high flying, and they were on their destiny to a certain destination. And this eagle, this great eagle, had an accident in mid-flight, injured his wings. The eagle fell into the chicken coop. Now you know an eagle is different from chickens. So they all of the bird family, but the eagle, like we do sometimes, fall into the chicken coop of life, like I did. And this eagle fell into the chicken coop, and the farmer heard a loud thud. Something hit the ground outside his house, and he went out to looking around. He looked up in the chicken coop. There was an eagle in his chicken coop. And he was wondering what was that eagle doing in his chicken coop. And he said, well, I don't know. He looked at trying to help the eagle. The eagle wanted to fight the farmer, but because he was, the newness, the uniqueness. But the eagle was so hurt, like we are sometimes, that we were glad to accept any kind of help. So the farmer got the eagle and began to work on the eagle and everything, and got his wings back together. But the thing about this story is that the eagle began to do the same things that the chicken was doing. You know, eagles don't eat like chickens. An eagle began to scratch in the ground and eat worms and stuff that the chickens were eating. And he began whenever a chicken would fly, he would fly and flop his wings. Once his wings were healed, he would fly and flop his wings and then drop to the ground. A chicken does that because their wingspan can't hold that weight up. Excuse me. So the eagle was doing like we did when we fell from grace into that chicken coop of life. We beat the chickens doing some of the things they were doing. And some of the chickens wondered, why were we doing it? What are we doing in certain places? Why are you doing here? What are you doing? You don't belong here. You don't seem like you belong here. But the chickens took us in and took care of us. If it wasn't for the chickens, a lot of us wouldn't be here today. Showed us how to survive as a chicken. So one day that farmer's friend came by and said, look, I bet if you take that eagle up on that house and drop him, I bet that eagle will fly. The farmer said, no, he won't fly. He still thinks he's a chicken. He's chicken-minded. The sad is still chicken, eagle with a chicken mind. And just like God do us. The prophet said, well, what about your child there? Is he going to recover from his injuries, his falling from grace? And God said, well, I don't know. I have to give him a chance, give him time. And the farmer said, well, the farmer's friend said, well, if you take the eagle up on that ledge and drop him, I bet he'll fly. He said, no, he'll still fall, flop his wings and fall to the ground because he thinks he's a chicken. And that's what he did. And he said, okay, well, we'll get it this time. I bet you if you take him up on that mountain and drop him off, I bet he will fly. The farmer said, no, he'll probably fall to his death. And farmer took him up on the mountain and dropped him off. And the eagle tried to flop his wings like a chicken, but he couldn't. He was too high. He would have killed himself if he hadn't spread his wings. So the eagle realized that he was in his destiny, in his habitat somehow. So he spread his wings wide. And rush of air pulled him upward. And all of a sudden it hit him that, gosh, I'm an eagle. This is amazing. I can fly. And then he flopped his wings. See, fear makes us do a lot of things, my friends. Fear will make us do a lot of things. And that eagle began to flop his wings and fly, and tears began to flow from his eyes because he had found his destiny, like we do when God do allow us to find, to get back to where we're supposed to get back to. And he felt, the farmer looked and at his friend, and the eagle flew over the chicken coop. Never forget where you come from. Never forget the chickens that brought you across. I love chickens. Love eating chickens, but you can't eat an eagle. Of course not. You go to jail. So the eagle flew over the chicken coop and saluted the chickens 2 or 3 times. And the chickens were just clamoring. They were so happy that friend has found his way back to his normal destiny. Back to being that royal eagle, that royal bird, the leader of birds. Like America, we're the royal nation, we're the leader of nations. And we have to find our way back, America, to where we're supposed to be. Let's spring our wings and let that rush of righteousness buoy us up into the mighty clouds. And let's begin to spread our wings and fly right and do the right thing. Now, this not only goes for individuals, but for countries also. So, the eagle, he flew over the farmer and the farmer's friend and salute them from heaven. Never forget the people that brought you across. That's the motto of this. Never forget them. Then all of a sudden he had a bird, he heard a voice deep in the mist. It's the voice of his people. And when he heard that voice, he began to fly toward that voice with all his might. And he was so happy. He was just elated. He was crying. He was just happy. He was amazed. He was amazed that he had fell so low and began to rise so high. That's what happened to us. We fall so low sometimes. But if we persist, if we hang on, and be the man and woman that we're supposed to be, we'll reach that destiny. We'll rise to that occasion. So that eagle flew with all his might. And the old farmer and his friends said, well, I guess that old eagle done found his way. And they were all just as happy to see that eagle get back to his destiny. And that eagle, once he got back to his fold, his birds, his eagles, fellow eagles, they moved out, and let that eagle move in front of the other eagles, and he flew higher and further and faster than the other eagles because he'd been so low. He's been the lowest. But this is what the story of the eagle is about, and this is what our country is about. Being that great royal bird that's found his destiny, that's got his wings back. So America, give a little more love. Let's share a little more love. Let's be who we're supposed to be. We're a great country. We're a great nation. And we can't doubt that. So I'm like that Roy Bird. I found my way back. I know many of you have out there too. And these things happen to us in order to allow us to learn, to gain. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't go through something, how can you achieve anything? You have to go through something before you can achieve anything of greatness, of goodness. You know, a friend of mine once told me, it's not so much of becoming great, but using the gifts and talents that we were blessed with, and so that we can move it further, move the gauntlet further, and use those talents. How can you use what God gave you? How can you use what God has for you if you don't use what He gave you? You got to use the gifts that He gave you, not only for yourself, but for humanity, for the purpose of humanity, for all people. That's not such thing as black, white, red, and yellow people. We just, our spiritual bodies and different colored bodies, physical bodies. That's who we are. There's only one universal spirit. And all plant animal life has that spirit. We're all connected on the same plane of life. We're all connected. And one of my teachers once told me, I was in high school and about 17 years old, physics class and chemistry. And my chemistry was the young lady sitting at one of the other tables over there, and I was a little bit enamored. I was kind of like lost in a daydream there, you know. I was in love, in other words, and he took me back to his office. He said, back to his room back there. He said, son, he looked at me. He knew what I was. I could have been doing better what I was doing. He said, young son, your dad gave you a great brain. They said nothing about the mothers at that time. That was old school. He said, your dad gave you a great brain. He said, look, great things come in small packages. Great people come from small places. And the great oak tree was once a little nut. So are you going to, in other words, we were saying, am I going to remain that little nut? Or am I going to go into that great oak tree of greatness? And goodness, that I can shade someone, I can help someone along the way. I can be of use to something or someone along the way. But make your life, live it so that you can be of use, you can be of help to someone along the way. And let's have fun. Sense of humor. Always. With visionary leadership is so much needed now. And visionary leadership is being able to see beyond the beyond. To see beyond the myriad darkness, the frustration, the pain of life. Learning how to dance in the rain. Learn how to dance from up under those dark clouds of mist, dark clouds of hurt, pain, misery. See, when you dance, you take your mind off the dark cloud that's hanging over your head. And you don't worry about the rain. You just have your mind on the dance. And eventually, if you keep dancing, you'll dance from up under that dark cloud and all those problems that's raining down on you unto a sandy shore of sunlit destiny. Sunny shore of sunlit destiny. This is what we do as we live. And every day you live is a day that you should learn something. You should share something. You should wake every morning with a positive sense of purpose. With the idea to be successful at something good, not nothing bad, negative, ugly, something good, and something beautiful. This is what we should do, and treat people like you like to be treated. So let's laugh and have some fun on this site. Give me a call and let's talk, let's laugh, let's come together. Let's share these. Share with me what's in you, what you think about love. What you think about visionary leadership, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, great sense of humor. I've had many unique names in my day. One of the names, some unique names that might sound a little bit out there, but I was out there and partying somewhat and enjoying life. I thought I were at least. So I've always wanted to be, in a way, something great. Achieve something of greatness. A doctor, a scientist, a president, attorney, professor, you name it. But maybe I haven't achieved those in title and name, but the thinking, the power of the subconscious mind, planting those thoughts and working, making effort to reach that level has inspired and put in me some sort of wisdom and knowledge that far past the title. It's not necessarily the title that makes a man or woman. It's the heart that they have in them. The eternal heart of God. Heart is that thing in visionary leadership. Heart is that most important element that won't let you quit, won't let you give up. Regardless of all the odds of consequences that you face, heart will pull you through. If you may have heart, the heart of a lion, courage of a lion, the heart of God, the strength of the rock of Gibraltar. You name it. And let that light so shine in you. Because we're all given a light. Let's let our light shine for what is good and what is right. Let's enjoy life. Let's not destroy something that's good. Let's make it right by respecting each other and giving each other respect as well as receiving it. And those books of mine, you can get them from Amazon.com. Either you can come to my YouTube site and I'll be glad to give you information on how to order those books. You can get them in audio, either paperback. But I do believe that these books come from deep within the heart of my soul, my mind, back in the deep recesses of my mind. And I put a lot into them. I think you would enjoy reading them. It's like takes you on a roller coaster that you never rode before, you know. And I'm also working on another special thing. I'm working on a old-fashioned tea cake. Do you guys know what a tea cake is? I don't think you might not know what that is. Your great grandma and granddad might know, but it was a cake that the older people ate when they was drinking tea together in the old days. And you're talking about good. Those things are really good, man. But what I'm going to do is add a unique twist to it, give it a unique taste. It's going to be gourmet, the gourmet tea cake from Grandpa Henry's kitchen. The gourmet tea cake from Grandpa Henry's kitchen. So I guarantee you get a taste of those tea cakes: caramel tea cake, tapioca, almond, and it's going to be taste so good it make your tongue tickle your brain, make you have what you might call an exciting moment. So to get those tea cakes, stay tuned to my channel here, and it's going to be something. I'm doing this for the young people, so you guys know it's a part of history that I want you to experience, and it's something new. And I'm also an inventor, and I invented a vibrating toilet seat also. And so I never get that off the ground, but I'm still looking forward to bringing that to life. And it'll also have a USB port on there for music that while you're sitting there using the bathroom that you might want to hear, whether it's rock music, classical music, soul, hip hop, you name it. So the toilet seat is going up on we're going to change that. The old, add life to it. I've done this many years ago, so I'd like to bring it to life. Also, the vibrating shoe, the Tyrell lift system. So it's a number of things I'm working on right now. So if you'd like to know more about that, contact me at my website. My email, johnny.788@yahoo.com. johnny.788@yahoo.com. And my website is jhenryenterprises.weebly.com. jhenryenterprises, enterprises.weebly.com. And of course, most of all, my YouTube site here. I'll be on this site more than anything, discussing with not only my fellow Americans but people across the world about life in general, and how you feel about what's happening now in the world, and what are your thoughts, and what do you think we should do, and I think we all have our hand in this. We all should have our mind on what's going on right now, and especially people that with that visionary leadership to be able to see beyond the troubles now into a better future. We need leaders now with visionary leadership, and visionary leadership. I didn't expound upon it like I wanted to. Is a leadership that's you're blessed with by God to not only share, but to uplift, to inspire, to motivate, to pull people together. And it's not a black, white, red, or yellow leadership. Leadership is just leadership, period. And it's made to bring people together, to share with people, to make it through each day's journey without doing something too rash, and to look far enough into the future to make life for our young children, our grandchildren, great grandchildren, to give them something that they can look forward to in life, and that they too can express that goodness and greatness that's within them. So this is what we want to do, and we want to have fun, laugh and have fun. And I want you to definitely contact me on this YouTube site, and let's enjoy life. Let's have a little fun. Let's laugh. America needs a little laughter right now. The world needs a little more laughter right now. And we got so many people that's thinking negative. But what we need to do is concentrate more on the power of the subconscious mind, the infinite wisdom and intelligence of God that live there, and let's nourish good thoughts. Put good thoughts in there. You can receive healing, harmony, peace of mind, success, wealth, if you think on it and nourish that in your mind long enough and hard enough, and put effort into achieving it. Everything comes together. That one shining moment. What are you going to do when that one shining moment comes your way? Are you going to be ready for it? Are you going to be ready to reach out and grasp that one shining moment? And God, Father, Time, Mother Nature, everything come together at one point in your life to take you on toward the heights, that apex of success, of greatness. Be ready for that one shining moment, because as you live, it's coming your way. We want everyone to reach their pinnacle of success. And like I said earlier, there's no black or white, red or yellow. It's what's in your heart, in your soul, in your mind. It's what's in you. And liberate your mind, yourself from those negative vibes and things that might be trying to pull you back, pull you down. You don't have to suffer from those. You don't have to lose your mind. We allow it to happen because we are thinking in that way, in that sense. But we don't have to lose our sense of who we are, where we are, what we're here to do what we're here to do today. So you just take each day at a time, because that's all we can take, is one day at a time. And like I said, there's one thing, character, that every great visionary leader must have, is character. And The deeds of a person determines character, and character reflects the quality of the individual. The deeds of a person reflects character, and character reveals the quality of the individual. Do you want good character or negative character? It depends on the deeds that you do. So I would say make sure that you try and do good deeds in your life, so that you may be blessed for that. That you can look back on it as you get older and be thankful that you helped someone along the way. Because when you look back on it, that's what it's all about. If we don't help anyone, what are we here for? If not to help anyone. If we're not to lift anyone up, what is it all about? This is what we're here for. And here to love each other, to uplift each other in our most moments that we are down, we're out. We need lifting up. We need love. We need someone that we can talk to, share with. Let's do that. Let's do this with each other. And let's be that most wonderful light, that most wonderful heart of love. Thank you, and have a great, great life.